here. This one's a little late, but we still want to get it out for you. So we'll be quick with this. Dana Contender Series 78 or 78, 178, whatever. Week 2. So we have 5 fights here. A lot of wide lines here on these. So it's gonna be tough to narrow in on money line bets, but we'll try to get you some rounds or something to get you going. But without further ado, we'll get you started. Me and Unc. Ramiro Jimenez taking on Tommy Cuozzi in the first fight at 145. Both of these guys undefeated. Tommy Cuozzi at 8-0 is the younger fighter here, 25 years old. Dad owns his gym. He's been involved in MMA, BJJ, and just combat sports in general since he was 9 years old. Has a legitimate black belt that he's been working on for 15 years and got last year. All of his fights have ended in finish. He has 6 knockouts, 2 subs. Like I said, he's balanced. And he's fought at 155 and a 160 catch weight. So like he's a bigger guy coming down here at 145. He's fought some very, very, very questionable competition, but that's like a lot of these guys. And other things I've noted, he has good level changes, and like his shots are decent. And although he's like not crazy fluid in the striking, even though he does have some stuff to offer, he's not. I don't think he's insanely technical. I think he just throws a lot of quality kicks. Like his head kicks are on point, and he throws it out there like a jab. So he's gonna have volume. And on the other side, you have Jimenez, who is extremely durable. He's in Copa Combate. He fought 3 times in a single night for $100,000. Crisp, crisp, fast striker with power. He overwhelms his opponent and he just walks up. He has sub wins. His takedown defense I see is very, very questionable and possibly pedestrian. But like I said, durable. Obviously, he's fighting 3 times in one night, and then his front foot pressure is the way to do it. Overall, my opinion is I see a path for Cuozzi on takedown shots and BJJ, but I really don't think that he's going to be able to really get to that before Jimenez walks him down. Like I think it's early Jimenez knockout. I think that he just has 100 times better striking and forward pressure than anyone he's ever seen, like that Cuozzi's ever seen. And even though I think that minus 550 or whatever he is right now is absolutely ridiculous and way offline, and I think a blind bet on Cuozzi isn't bad because of the odds. I think this fight's way closer, but I just think Jimenez is gonna have way too much to offer in the striking, and I don't think Cuozzi is gonna be able to repetitively take him down. But if he gets him down there, he's definitely live for a submission. So that's a solid hedge spot there. But overall, my lean is gonna be Jimenez by knockout. How do you feel, Unc?
Yeah, so if you would have told me yesterday that they still have MMA tournaments, I would have said, like, sorry, brother, you're out of your mind. They haven't had a MMA tournament in 15 years. I guess Combate, which is a Latin American organization, I guess they still do them. Our boy Jimenez here, you look it up. He actually started on the 15th of December, I think it was. So that means he fought over midnight. Dude had a fight on the eve of the 15th and then into the early hours of the 16th, and then another fight on the 16th. I love this guy. He had a decision, a KO, and a sub in like 10 hours. Like, that's what are we doing? Oh my God, I have so much energy again from this guy. Tommy Cuzio, definitely legit threat on the ground. Been training in jiu-jitsu for a long time, has good striking, is patient, doesn't rush. But man, Jimenez, man, like, what are we doing? They're still even doing that shit? Makes me feel young again. I got the under 2.5 minus 170. That's what it is. I don't see the. I don't
That's
think
what the
these.
line is.
And after last, what?
That's what the line is.
I'm on Caesars.
Under 2.5
I'm
is
on Caesars.
under 2.5 is minus 350 for me.
I'm on Caesars at -170. I just bet it.
Jesus.
I found some money on Caesar Sportsbook today, everybody. I haven't been on there since April. So that's what we're using today. And I got under -2.5, -170, bro. That's the bet. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm going on Caesars right now. But yeah, I think that this fight is ending. Oh, you have under 1.5 -175. Not under 2.5. But I agree with you on the under. I think that either
Yeah,
Ramiro,
yeah.
yeah, I think either Ramiro Jimenez is gonna find, and if you get under 1.5, you get it at -160 on oh -138 for the under 1.5 on FanDuel, so you get better value there. But
All right. So we might be going on FanDuel. Sorry, I said 2.5. It's 1.5, like -170 ish, or -130 FanDuel.
yeah, -138 on FanDuel. I think that that's the way to go, and I think Jimenez round 1 or 2, that's -170. That's all right, I guess. Uh, get a little bit more juice there. I think he gets it done, but also Tommy Cuozzi isn't out of this fight. And even though Jimenez is the path, I think a blind bet on the underdog here isn't terrible. We'll move on.
Def- Definitely not terrible decision.
We got Josh Hokit taking on Guilherme Uriel. Hokit, undefeated 5-0, All-American wrestler at Fresno State. He also started 51 games and had 18 touchdowns on the football team at Fresno State. Was on the San Francisco 49ers practice squad at fullback. So overall, he's a kind of like a slower, uh, but he's like athletic guy. His solid hands, great, obviously great grappling, great top control, great single leg. Uh, I've noticed that he is there when he's striking. He's there to even though he does have the better striking than a lot of guys he's facing. He's like a smaller heavyweight. Yeah, he's there to get kicked, but he's methodical and slowly he's walking you down, and he's finding his shots, hits to the body, and he has good seems to have good cardio for a heavyweight because he's not really like a heavyweight build. Like yeah, he's kind of big, but like he's like I think he weighed in at 229 for this fight, so like he's not like a huge
Very,
guy.
very athletic body, not
Yeah,
big, broad body. Very athletic.
and then you have Uriel, Muay Thai style. He has the punishing leg kick, solid hands, and powerful all around wrestling and uh striking. But
Transitions are crazy. I transitions are crazy for a heavyweight.
yeah, submissions and grappling games. So the armbar, heel hook, gilly, all in his arsenal. And he's very front foot as well. So he's trying to push the tempo, trying to get you out of there very early. Um, he has been shown to gas, and he has been finished before. And his lone loss that he was having a lot of success in, he end of round 1, he just completely died, and then just got put out pretty ugly against the fence. And he showed that if you're able to survive the early onslaught, that he's there to be hit and put out. But overall, I think this fight like both these guys have the finishing capabilities, and though Uriel is gonna definitely come out with the pressure, I think Josh Hokit's a good enough grappler and good enough wrestler that if even if he's getting hurt on the feet, which I do think he can get hurt on a lot of kicks and the early striking if he tries bum rushing him, I think that his athleticism and his grappling is good enough to even on a desperation shot be able to get Uriel down and hold him down for at least a round and work for submissions or make him work because then Uriel's showing the gas when he's striking, let alone if he's having to do up downs and mat returns. So Hoka has to survive the storm though, and that's asking for a lot for a guy who's like pretty new on the fighting scene. Yeah, he's been a wrestler and he was an All American in the grappling, but he's not really super well versed yet. There's only 5 professional bouts. So I'm gonna lean Hokit for the win. Uh, I'm not really sure how to play it yet because I'm not paying no juice on this. This is a fight that I also don't agree with the odds, and I think they should be a little bit closer. Uh, I like Hokit. I think I'm gonna sprinkle on a decision line, even though I don't think Uriel can even survive for 3 rounds if he tried. I think like when you're getting over plus 1,000 on it, I think it's a nice play, but he'll probably get him out of there inside the distance. But I don't think that he is worth taking at his money line. And Uriel, if you're gonna take him, I think if you're gonna have to take him round one, a round one finish, or if you're looking at Uriel props, um, if Uriel knockout round one is plus 1,100. So that's his path, in my opinion, or like maybe like a random guillotine on a lousy shot by Hokit. But I think Hokit got this one, and he's probably the best overall prospect of the night. How do you feel, Unc?
So I think Hokit wins the fight, but after reviewing his fighting style and like he's very athletic and like he's an athlete, but he's fighting like a fighter. I played football. I played college football. I mean, it wasn't D1, but like I know there's those mentalities, and like he did wrestle, but like he's fighting like a fighter. Like he's gotten through on talent, durability, athletic prowess, meaning he is 240 some pounds, but he can wrestle. Then what, 220, 230, whatever. But he can wrestle. But Uriel's solid, man. And after watching that tape, the thing I'm sure of is I don't think they see the bell, but I don't think Hokit can offensively beat Ariel in a submission, but I think he can hold him down. But I think he might get caught in the wrestler's poison where they start trying to play top pressure. And if you really are not in the game for a while and you have someone on the ground that has a butterfly guard or something like that, they can just flop you over. And I don't know, Mike, that Uriel hitting those leg locks and all that other shit, I think that Hokit either is gonna knock him out or I think he's gonna get caught in the wrestler's poison and
Yeah,
he's gonna get
I
put
agree.
he's gonna get put in some stuff that he's not used to feeling and like you just want to wrestle, you want to keep wrestling, you want to keep wrestling. What happens when you keep wrestling? You wrestle into a guillotine. You wrestle into an arm triangle. Like you're wrestling, you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
wrestle into a ninja choke, a Dars, like and then the fact that they can go on the ground and his legs are susceptible too. Uriel submission is plus 1,300, which I'll hedge with Hokit by KO. So I'll take how I split the units. So I'll do that for this fight.
yeah, I agree. It might be dog or pass as well too. Well, I'm not paying for Hokit, and I think these odds are way off. Minus 430. He's not shown anything that would make him that at this level. So, uh,
No, I've not that. No.
yeah. So we'll keep it moving for you guys, and we'll go to a fight in the 135 division, and we have Louis Lee Scott from England, Manchester top team product, taking on Kashik Saikumar, the pride of Chennai, who's fought over here in the United States, but also has won multiple tournaments in India, like the national MMA championship and small regional. Well, not I guess not small regional stuff. He's we'll start with Sai Kumar, and he has Kyokushin karate since he was 8 years old. Transitioned to Taekwondo, boxing, and Muay Thai during high school. So all the striking arts he's well rounded with. Um, but he's also well rounded in the jiu-jitsu because he has the 2022 IBJJF No-Gi World Championship bronze medal in the blue weight division. Then you have junior championships in Russia, bronze medal, multiple time Indian national championship, competed in 40 plus amateur boxing bouts, and two-time state two-time state boxing gold medalist in Tamil Nadu. So he's well rounded, and he trains with Ryan Hall at 50-50. So has his purple belt through Ryan Hall since 2023, and is a assistant instructor for the striking over there. So he's very well rounded for an Indian prospect who I usually auto fade. Then you have Louis Lee Scott, a striker first with a long amateur career, an undefeated pro career. So he has some deep experience, unique striking, and trains with American or a Manchester top team, not American top team, Manchester top team. Striking defense seems questionable, but he's one of the main partners of Lerone Murphy, who we're going to be seeing most likely get a title shot in the near future. So Lerone Murphy,
Leron Murphy. You
yeah,
say Leron Murphy? Okay.
yeah, he's a very close training partner. He had nothing but good things to say about Louis Lee Scott, but I think this fight can play out.
Wait, was that this isn't the guy after the interview where he said give him the fight, right?
I don't know if I saw the interview, but he did talk about pod, so it might have been. But
All right, that'd be wild. Go ahead.
I think I think this fight can play out extremely competitively. Although I give the power edge in the striking and the better wrestling to Lee. Saikumar has legit BJJ pedigree, and he's doing the Imanari rolls. He trains with Ryan Hall, so that's all I pretty much have to say. If you watch MMA, you know how they all are with rolling for leg locks, and he has IBJJF pedigree, and so you have to remember that. But I think Lee is going to be able to at least win this fight through a decision by outstriking and having the bigger moments. But this fight's going to be closer again than the odds are looking. Minus 465. Like, what are these lines? Um, I'm going to lean with the favorite here. I think he's fought way better competition. Sheik, I'm not rating those multiple time Indian state championships or national whatever because Louis Lee Scott would probably win them if you fought there too. But I'm gonna take the guy with the better team, better camp, striking wise, and I think that Louis Lee Scott's gonna have high enough IQ and not get caught up in some bullshit. I think this goes to decision though, so I think an over might be in play. You can hedge that with like the Saikumar by submission. That's over plus 1,000. It's plus 11, plus 1,300 for him by submission, and he has podium pedigree in the jiu-jitsu, so that's always a good hedge. And the Saikumar spread at plus 140, I believe, at plus 3.5 can also be in order because he is no slouch in the striking either. But I'm gonna lean with the favorite on my prediction. How about you, Unc?
Oh, I was like gonna fade the Sukumar guy tough. I think it's really funny that you said if Louis Scott fought in those boxing tournaments, he'd probably win them too. But anyway, uh, yeah, but the Kumar guy got it. He has a purple belt under Ryan Hall, and he's actually in there with 50-50 and has all this striking shit. Even WA MMA junior world champion out of Russia. I mean, unless they slipped him into some tournament that had no one in it, that's pretty impressive. I watched the tape. Louis Lee Scott is definitely the better striker and can definitely tune you up on the feet. Um, so so being that this guy is coming out of Ryan Hall's school, I'm assuming that they're going to have the same style. My only thing of why I kind of favor Sukumar being able to get maybe even a finish because Dana White went hard last week and was like, "Yo, if you're coming on this show, you got to go for finishes." Um, the Sukumar, the Ryan Hall, I can't think of it because we're trying to speed through this, but he invented like two or three leg locks and invented the 50-50 position is what Calvin Kattar used to rip Figueiredo's knee. That Ryan Hall invented that. So that is like you can only there's only they're the only guys that can show you the defense for that type of stuff. So I'm not counting Sukumar completely out of this fight. I was coming into this, I was like, nah, Lee's gonna piece him up. Like he's got good striking. All you got to do is defend a takedown or two. He'll be all right. But after reading the pedigree and just seeing a little bit of this, I'm gonna say that Sukumar may even, get the decision. I mean, Louis Lee Scott definitely better on the feet, definitely better camp. But I am torn in who wins this fight.
Yeah,
I think this may be a split decision, and I think that
Sukumar
you
spread might
know
be a play.
yeah, like that. I'm not on DraftKings, but I would take Sukumar's spread. Is that what is it?
Plus
What is
three
that
and
at, Mike?
plus 3.5 is plus 140. Plus seven and a
Okay, that's
half.
my
Plus seven and
yeah.
a half is minus 110.
Plus 7.5 is minus 110.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you want to go on DraftKings and you want to bet that. I mean, if he remember what uh Ryan Hall did it against bro, who's our boy, the 145 Ilya, and Ilya slept him. I think that he went back to his school and said, "Hey guys, if we're going to be doing this, we got to change some things up, and we'll see that tonight if Sukumar, because if he can't get the roll and he doesn't, and he can't get that on the ground, then we'll see what the feed is about." But I'm gonna lean with Sukumar's spread. Louis Lee Scott is probably gonna squeeze out the split, but Sukumar spread 7.5 minus 110. That is my bet.
All right. We'll keep this one pushing then, and we'll head over to Cam Rowston versus Brandon Holmes. Um. We'll start off with Brandon Holmes. He's up on here on short notice, I believe. Uh, Holmes, solid pressure, undefeated in the amateurs and pro. So he had overall he's 9-0. He's mostly a finisher, but he has a couple decisions sprinkled in there. He has solid top pressure, but he's not really looking to grapple. He's over here trying to swing and knock dudes out. 28 years old. Not a lot of good competition where he was fighting. But then you have Cam Rowson out of City Kickboxing. 30 years old. It's his second time here. He lost to Torres Finney. It feels like everyone's lost to Torres Finney at least one time on Dana White Contender Series. But
I
he's
mean, he did fight on Contender Series like 3 times before they could bring him up. Bum ass. But go ahead.
uh submission specialist, 7 wins via sub. He leaves a lot to be desired on the defensive striking, but he is all right. Like usual city kickboxing guy, can get on his bicycle and tune you up with the jab. You know what I mean? Uh, Brandon Holmes. Uh, will entertain the striking realm. He is pretty strong in the clinch. And how it says 6'2" and 6'3" here for the height, that is wrong for sure. Cam Ralston's at least 3 inches taller than this dude. Face offs will tell it all. They're 100% he's taller than this dude. So I think
Yeah,
that
I didn't. I was like, yeah, that's not right. And then Mike said, watch the. I watched the tape. It's like 6'1" and 6'4" difference confirmed.
yeah. And then so I think it's gonna come into the grappling realm here. Cam Raston's gonna have to get this one down. He's gonna want to get the submission going. I think that he's too tall, and the way that he's built and the way he strikes, he leaves that chin held high, and he and in exchanges, like he's so confident over here to have the chin at 185 that he doesn't he's not overall sound in the defense. I just don't know. I think he's gonna get finished. I think Cam Rowson's going to be in a striking exchange after Holmes gets up from the ground, and he's going to find the chin and he's going to put him out. But Cam Rowson by sub is still at beautiful odds, so you could take both and make out. This is like the closest fight of the night. Brandon Holmes, I think, is a better prospect. I think Cam Rowson's just too one-dimensional, and I don't like the power on his striking. I don't think he can put out Holmes on the feet, and he's going to be super submission reliant. So I'm gonna take Brandon Holmes by knockout. Over to you, Hunk.
Well, Torres Finney's 5'8", so Cam Roston had a huge height discrepancy when he fought him, and Terrence Finney's whole thing is takedowns, takedowns. I mean, that guy shoots what 10 takedowns a fight. So I went back, looked at the record, looked at the fighters. Brandon Holmes definitely striker, definitely strong. Yeah, I would say this is like the most evenly matched of the fight or of the card. Rowston City Kickboxing prospect though, and I think after going against a shorter guy, yeah, Holmes may only be like 3 inches shorter, and Terrace Finney was like half a foot, or I mean, 8 inches shorter. But once you get demoralized like that, I mean, if you're a true mixed martial artist, you go back and work on like what it can if you can fix it. I mean, you can't go from no wrestling to Khabib wrestling overnight, but that was a couple years ago, and I think Cam Rowston if he's smart, he should have worked on that. So, I think if anything, he's going to be, controlling the grappling or not worried about grappling, and then it's going to be, striking and going into the different aspects of MMA. Taller guy. We've seen a lot of the taller guys lately using the clinch, using the knees real well. I'm gonna roll with Cam Rowston in this fight to take Brandon Holmes out in some way or another. But coming back on the Contender series and after that Finney fight, like, I think that he's gonna push the pace. If that's not what happens, I mean, that's not what happens. But if I'm in any sport and I had that Finney performance and I got a second chance, God knows I'm giving it my all. So I'm taking Cam Rowe to win by KO, which is like plus 900. Cam Rowe to win by sub plus 350. You can make a return either way, but like that's my analysis and how I see this going. I think this is really more about Cam Rowston controlling the fight and letting his weapons go as compared to Brandon Holmes coming in there and just trying to club a victory, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. Cam Rowston definitely has more ways to the victory. But we'll keep it pushing and we'll go to the main event here. We have Jose Delano taking on Manuel Exposito. Um, Another wide line. Exposito submission threat. Uh, Delano is just a huge favorite here. I didn't, I really didn't see much overall. Like this fight, I don't understand why this is the main event of the card. Uh, did you like? Do you have anything really on this, Unc?
No, I mean, they're both Latin American guys. Maybe they wanted the appeal for that. Um, but no, I don't
I
have
didn't
any
see anything.
idea
I
why.
didn't see anything like tape wise that would make me like want to take Delano at minus 550. So like overall, I'm just gonna take a look and see some odds on why Delano trains.
I mean, Exposito has a big ass. His record is not. It's like these aren't all scrubs. 7-3, 7-2, 6-0, 3-0, 7-3, 5-0, 8-1. I mean, they had to be getting these guys from somewhere, you know.
This Yeah, and this Delano guy's been fighting some real comp over in LFA. When I see with the striking, he is well rounded too, cause he's got some knee finishes. Like his striking's on point. His Kimura game, everything. So I'm not gonna take the minus 550. I honestly have to look at more tape. Like, I'm pretty late with this because I watched the Exposito, but Delano I watched like one fight. I feel like I can't get gauge enough from watching the one fight if he's worth minus 550. I'm gonna say no because I don't think
Yeah,
any of these guys.
we're running
Yeah,
this on Tuesday like an hour before because
yeah, we were late. So um uh I'm just gonna take not to go the distance. That's probably my lean overall here. But I'm gonna take Delano by knockout as my overall lean. I'm just not sold on Exposito. I'm not sold on either of these guys, but
three wins, seven by sub. I mean, just what I'm reading, the Brazilian has better jiu-jitsu, but this Esposito guy has all his wins by sub. Is it a three? It's a 3 round fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Uh. Main event, third round fight. The one guy has the I don't know. The over the round would be the bet, I guess. No,
Yeah, I'm taking a look right now at the over rounds. Over 2.5 is plus money. Over, I'm probably gonna take. Hey, over 1.5 at minus 145 is actually worthwhile. I don't think it's
that's
gonna go the
that.
distance, but I think it's
I'm
definitely gonna
taking
go over
that.
1.5 at minus
I'm ta-
145.
I'm taking that. That's my bet.
There we go. Because I didn't want to touch these money lines. That's why I was kind of stuck starting this breakdown. But we'll go a little. We're just gonna rush here because I want to get this uploaded real quick for our members. But we're gonna go a little collab here. Just get something above minus 250 real quick, or above minus 300 or minus 250, so we can get a little parlay. I'm probably gonna have mine around like even odds. I'm just looking there right now.
Oh, okay. Well then, don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, here's a parlay piece. Now I
Um,
got a nice parlay piece. I'm gonna take the Psycho. Actually, are you gonna take the Saikumar spread?
uh, I mean, you can have it if you want it.
No, I'm not. I'm not taking it. I just don't know if I was touching that fight or not.
You can have it if you want it.
I'm gonna take the under 1.5 in the Gil Herme versus Josh Hokit fight.
Was
Minus
literally
minus
just
two fifty.
literally was just looking at it, but that's a good pick. Um, Rowston fight to not go the distance is minus 154, and after that busted ass performance last time, I'm gonna go with that. Somebody finishes somebody.
So fight not to go the distance.
Yeah, it's like minus 145 in the Rowston.
Yep. So yeah. So here's a two-legger. Under 1.5 in the Josh Hokit versus Gil Herme Uriel fight, and then fight not to go the distance in the Brandon Holmes versus Cam Rowson fight. That's plus 136 on DraftKings. Probably get it around plus 150 on FanDuel. But that's a nice little builder right there. But we want to get this uploaded, so as always, thanks for joining. Sorry we didn't get the graphics. We'll get you right for this weekend on another UFC card for UFC Shanghai. But thanks for joining, and we'll see you at the cash counter.
See you, baby.